Okay, I'm going to show you how to make a princess that looks like Belle from using Make the Cut in our Happily Ever After Cut It set. Go ahead and open a new file. Make sure you're logged into Lettering Delights on Make the Cut and that you have the Happily Ever After Cut It open. I'm going to double click on Princess 11 and Princess 5 so that they're both in my file. Now the only thing that I need from Princess 5 is actually her hair, so I'm going to go ahead and open up all the sub layers there. If you just press the little plus button there, and the only thing I need is her hair, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it out. And then I'm going to go ahead and open the sub layers on my first princess. I'm going to move the hair down to the very bottom layer by just clicking on the down arrow here. There we go. Now I don't need anything else from this princess, so I'm going to go ahead and just X her out, delete the whole layer. Now with this layer, I'm just going to go ahead and erase all the excess stuff that we don't need. So go ahead and open up your node mode. Just view node mode or press W. You'll get this selection of buttons on the side, and select the eraser. And you can change the size of the eraser if you'd like. Just go ahead and start erasing. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to merge it to the bottom layer on our first princess. Okay, and that should be good. Now I'm going to select the arrow, and I'm going to zoom in so you can see better. But I'm going to go ahead and move the hair over to where I want it here, and you can just kind of decide what looks good and Belle-like to you. I think that's good for me. I'm going to select these two layers by holding down Shift, and I'm going to weld them together by selecting this button or pressing Control W. Now, we pretty much have our basic Belle going on here. This bottom layer we need to go ahead and change to a Belle-like color, so just double click on the color menu here. Oops. And I don't love the brown that they have in the default color, so I'm going to go ahead and select custom color, select the brown there, and I want it to be just a little bit darker, add to custom colors, and then press OK. Now if you notice that this princess here has black hair, so that makes her eyes and mouth black. So now that we've just changed this princess' hair to brown, her eyes and mouth are going to be brown, so we're going to have to fix that. And I'm going to go ahead and do that by duplicating the skin layer. Just press Control C and then Control Shift V so that it copies right here. We're going to move this down. Again, pressing the arrow menus. And I'm going to move it to the very bottom of right underneath the skin layer. Now there's a few ways you can do this. I just think this is a fast, easy way, so I'm just going to go ahead and make a shape here. I'm going to make a circle. And right now it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to zoom in so you can see better. I'm going to select the arrow here. Oops, move some. Control Z if you accidentally move other stuff. I want to make sure I'm only selected the circle. I'm going to change, select the circle. I'm going to go ahead and change the shape of the circle to more of an oval. I just want it to barely cover the eyes and the mouth. Just like that. You don't want it to go out any of the edges, but that should be perfect. I'm going to move the circle down. And I'm going to select these two layers. Again, I'm going to weld it. So now that this layer can be black, I'm going to double click on the color and change it to black. So now that she has black eyes and a mouth. You could also inverse the eraser and erase out her eyes and mouth as well if you wanted to. I'm going to go ahead and change the colors on her other things just in case you want to print and cut. Right now it really doesn't matter if you're just going to cut it. Obviously you can choose whatever paper you want, but let's start with her skin color and change it to a flesh tone there. I'm going to change her green dress to a yellow. I'm going to use the darker yellow that they have in the default. I'm going to change the tuft in her headband to the lighter yellow. Again, you can customize it if you don't like these colors here. I'm going to change her gloves and little tuft right there to the lighter yellow as well. And I think I'll go ahead and keep her flower orange with the white overlay on top. So now that the only thing we have left actually is her shoes. Right now her shoes will look brown again. So I'm going to copy the bottom layer, Control C, Control Shift V, and paste it. Again, I'm going to move it down. Just below the black skin layer, I'm going to go ahead and copy the black layer as well. Control C, Control Shift V. Again, I'm going to move it down. Okay, so now I'm going to select the two layers I just copied and pasted, and I'm going to hit the Boolean join button or Control U. You're going to make sure you have removed the difference. So basically, oops, I just wanted to make sure I was doing it right, sorry. Remove the difference. Make sure that that is pressed. There's a whole selection of different things that you can do. I'm going to press apply. Actually, I'm sorry, I did that wrong. Ugh, I lost that layer again, sorry. Starting back over. Control copy, paste, and move it down. Select both those two layers. And we actually want intersect, I think. No. Exclude. Exclude, excuse me. That's what we wanted. Apply. And you can see, so basically it just left anything that overlapped. And so we've got some hair left, which we don't need. But I did get her shoes separated. I'm going to change those to yellow so you can see. I'm going to actually choose the light yellow. But again, we don't need the hair, so you can either erase it, or if you want to take another shape, square, I think that's almost just as easy probably, just because I can get it all done in at once. Make a big square over that. I'm going to move that down. And I'm going to do the same thing, select both those layers. Okay, make sure you have the little arrow selected. Select both those layers. Holding Shift and the Boolean join again. And now you just have her shoes. And so you have a finished Belle. Oops, there we go. And that should be it. Thank you.